Stu Peters Show investigative reporter Edward Zoll has been following the Maxwell trial all week, and he joins us with kind of an exclusive angle that many have likely not heard. So here's the question. Why did Jeffrey Epstein have a bathtub full of FBI pre-tagged pedo porn?
Well, Stu, that question speaks to the heart of this trial, because the question and the fact point to an internal deep state cover-up. Now, what was presented is that the FBI had already been in possession of Epstein's porn. And this is kid porn. This is rape porn. This is blackmail material that he'd accumulated over the years. They had tags on them. This means that the FBI had already cataloged them as evidence, and presumably had given them back to Jeffrey Epstein, the monster. Now, the problem with this is that it appears now that there was an attempt to prosecute, an attempt to move forward with something prior to his arrest. And Jeffrey Epstein maybe thought this was very serendipitous for him, that they weren't going to do it, even though they'd seen the dirty, dark secrets. Now, according to FBI Special Agent Kelly McGuire, she testified on the seventh day of the trial. She said there was a bathtub full of hard drives, over 20,000 physical and digital photos. These aren't family photographs. These are photos of rape, abuse, pornography involving children. Now, you had diamonds, cash, an Austrian passport listing a Saudi address. But this is the thing. The FBI had seized all these things already. Why would they give the pornography back? Why would they give the evidence of crime back unless they're in on the crime? Now, according to the FBI, when a possible violation of federal laws occurred, this includes sex trafficking and child sex blackmail abuse, the FBI conducts an investigation. They gather information and evidence, and they present it to a U.S. attorney or the Department of Justice. Now, that's when they determine whether to prosecute and if further action is warranted. This is right on the FBI.gov website. Then evidence is either retained or, if they don't decide to move forward, returned, which was the fact of this case. Now, the media, if we're going to call them that, really, the paid propagandists, they've made this a comical trial, a trial that pictures Ghislaine Maxwell, characterizes her as a victim. In the Times of London, they ran this, said, it's a rap battle with pencils. This is what a court artist was quoted as saying. This is not the case. The case at hand is that an international child sex blackmail operation went on for decades while involving some of the most powerful people in U.S. politics, international relations, and spies. Now, a lot of their important information is being covered up, as this week we saw Ghislaine Maxwell's trial tracker account on Twitter was banned. 525,000 people chose to follow this account, and guess what? Twitter deemed it too dangerous. They said the account was artificially amplifying information. You mean information like the New York City Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Barbara Sampson, resigning on day one of the trial? Or James Comey's daughter closing the case of the century for child sex trafficking after 7 days? Or could it be massage therapist, the one accused Kevin Spacey, him mysteriously dying and causing the final case against that man who knew Ghislaine Maxwell, knew Jeffrey Epstein, went to the sex island for the cases against him to be dropped? Or could it be Ghislaine and Jeffrey's connection to intelligence? Now, I have to wonder if it's in part due to the exclusion of other major players in this case, because the prosecution certainly hasn't brought up Les Wexner, Bill Clinton, Ivana Trump, and Alan Dershowitz. Now, the funny thing about Alan Dershowitz, other than being Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, is that Alan Dershowitz was Jeffrey Epstein's friend. He got massages.
Dershowitz is a longtime friend of Epstein's who represented him in the criminal underage sex case.
Could you please? I never saw a young underage woman.
Yet Epstein's former butler swore under oath that Dershowitz was at Epstein's residences at the same time underage girls were there.
Were there young women in another part of the house giving massages when I wasn't around? I have no idea of that.
Dershowitz did say he once received a massage at Epstein's mansion, but from an adult woman.
I kept my underwear on during the massage. I don't like massages particularly.
I kept my underwear on during the massage.
Underwear or not, anyone who entered that sex dungeon that involved the abuse of kids should be facing trial. And that includes Alan. Reporting for the Stu Peters Show, I'm Edward Zoll.
I see violence. sleep, we're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets. Everyone's watching, they glued to their screens. Misinformation like every week. Apocalypse. Yeah. This ain't no game, better choose your side and protect your soul. Devil is lurking, he's looking for victims and power to use and regain his control. No one to trust, everybody's corrupt. End of the world really feels like it's close. Feels like it's Truman and I'm just a person they watching at home on an evening show. Fake information and all of it's free. Dumb politicians, corrupt police, tanks and riots, bodies piling, smell of corruption is flooding the streets. Children are crying, there's nothing to eat. Left and right, there's no in between. Who do we trust when it's us against us and we'll do anything just to get a retweet? 2021, no joke, boy, you better stay inside, pray to God during these times. Let me give you some advice at night, stay inside your life for the price they will buy. Everybody's trying to fight gas prices spike, no bus can't walk, we can't drive. Everybody's on this trip trying to get ahead, so I'm trucking up this peace sign. Let me get into the real. They don't care how you feel, you're just an animal and you're their next meal. There's no peace. I pray to God on my knees, the gates of hell are open, we can all feel that heat. I remember when everything changed, when technology went from innate to the primary poison of all of our brains. We've been programmed to think that we need it, we slave and we worship it every day, and in every way we becoming the robot they gave us and losing humanity's brain. I see violence, oh, so much violence I see, and I hear sirens, oh, oh, oh. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, they gave me the shot, they took away guns, nothing to eat, we can't go to sleep, we're stuck in our homes, they're flooding the streets, everyone's watching, they glued to their screens, misinformation like every week. Apocalypse. If you're a soldier, stand up, you know. Stay 10 toes. Look them in the face, don't you fall. They're watching your moves, I hope that you know. People are dying because of religion, selling sex, selling children, genocides, waters rise, homicides, missing women. Rich got richer, what do they do, man? They cut out the small business. Fake statistics, flood the streets with drugs and filled up all the prisons. They're shifting the energy, you can't see the enemy. God is returning, they don't gotta say it, the climate's been telling me. From the way they abusing the teaching and pushing religion like it's an accessory. Pick a side, it's the darker the light and the scariest times that we've seen in the century.